Now, I don't know BJ's lineup. You saw mine yesterday when we recorded Heat Check, but that won't come out until tomorrow. So hit me with your... Do you want mine first or do you want to do yours first? You let me know how you want to do it.
Oh, I did mine first yesterday. I'm going to extend the opportunity for you today to do the honors. So go for it, my friend.
I had a listener of the podcast DM me yesterday. And I want to give a shout out because he listens every day. He posts on his Instagram a screenshot of him tuned in, listening to the podcast. I want to shout out to Paul Bernard, who's a big listener of the show.
Shout out.
Got to send some love to the loyal ones. I got to send a shout out to everyone who's DM me screenshots, giving the show 5-star ratings. I appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. And the fans, they seem to enjoy my announcer voice. So I'm going to hit you with it again, BJ.
For the Western Conference, starting at guard, coming from Memphis, Ja. On my Grizzly, Morant. At the other guard, one half of the Splash Brothers, Steph, the Chef, Curry. Starting at forward, out of Cleveland, Ohio, and coming via Los Angeles, the one and only King James. At the other forward, the host of my favorite podcast right now, except for this podcast, Draymond Green. And starting at center, Serbia's finest, the one, the only, the one who the Miami Heat have nightmares about, the Joker, Nikola Jokic.
And that is my starting five for the Western Conference.
Well, you better get some water, my friend, because that looked painful. That looked painful.
Hey, you know the vibe, man.
Get some tea, man. Get some tea. Get some water. That's good. That's a good list. That's a good list. I can't be mad at that list.
Now,
I can't be mad at that list.
Who's the locks then? From that list, who are the players? Steph Curry is the lock for the Western Conference. I don't think anyone can debate Steph Curry being included in that team, right?
I don't think this. I agree with that.
Yep.
I agree with that.
I would also consider Nikola Jokic to be a lock at that center position. Some people will say Rudy Gobert, but in my mind, there's no way you could have Rudy Gobert over Nikola Jokic as the center for that team. LeBron James, I also think would be a lock for this Western Conference All-Stars. But BJ, hit me with your lineup. Okay. I'm intrigued. I'm interested to know who you're rocking with.
Here's my list. At the starting point guard position, I'm going old school. Steph Curry. At the 2 guard position, Mr. Devin Booker. At the 3, LeBron James. At the 4, Draymond Green. At the 5, Mr. Jokic.
I like it. It's kind of more of an old school lineup. You know what I mean? With the traditional 3 and LeBron and Booker playing that Kobe style of basketball.
I was thinking about this. I've been thinking about this, and when I heard your list the other day, I said something doesn't seem right because Ja Morant. You know, I love me some Ja Morant.
Yes,
Ja Morant is an all-star. He's an all-star.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to say this, and I didn't feel right without having someone from the Phoenix Suns in the starting lineup.
I hear you.
And I didn't feel right with Chris Paul, and Chris Paul could very well be an all-star this year. But I didn't feel right saying couldn't put him over Steph. And Ja Morant is coming. So I looked at Devin Booker and I said, am I just overlooking him? And I've been watching him, and I watched him again tonight closely versus the Pelicans. And I said, you know what? If that's ever been an all-star, that's an all-star right there. And he is playing the game the right way. He's playing the game at a high level. And you know what, Mo? I was watching, I said, his game has improved. The man is on a mission.
He's refined it.
Yeah, he's a scorer now. He's a scorer. Like he's not hot anymore. You know how guys get hotter to get in the zone? No, he's a scorer.
Oh yeah.
He's mastering. You're watching someone mastering their craft. And so I thought Devin Booker, I agree with you. LeBron James, I agree with you. Draymond, look, the way the Warriors are playing, Draymond is a huge part of that. Jokic is Jokic. But so I think those are the five guys I feel. Ja Morant has to be there. I got to have Ja Morant there. And I respect your group, but
yeah, man.
Other than Ja, I felt we're pretty much the same. We got four of the same guys.
Yes, sir. It's the same as yesterday. We had four of the same picks. So here's my deal with why I put Ja Morant over Devin Booker. This is the All-Star game, and right. I don't think anyone this year has had more star performances than Ja Morant because he walks into a building and he leaves as the best player on the court. He walked into Brooklyn, left with a W. You know what I'm saying? He left with that. What did he have? 36? He walks into, he has the Lakers come to town. Clearly the best player on the court. And that's with LeBron James playing excellent basketball. You know what I'm saying? Ja Morant was getting MVP chance in Brooklyn. Albeit the Brooklyn fans ain't the most loyal because they were giving Steph MVP shots on opening night before. But
well, it's clear, Mo, that Ja Morant is in the holiday spirit because he's giving it to you wherever he goes.
Facts. He's had over 25 in 5 straight games.
Hey, the man is giving it to you. He's jumping over you. He's going around you. The man is just doing it all. And they're winning. Mo, what can you say? What can you say?
I also want to know who has the Grizzlies top 4 coming into the season.
Well, outside of the Memphis faithful there, I like that. The Memphis faithful.
Yes, sir.
I don't think anyone did, but give them credit. I think the key for them is Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah.
I think he's the key. If he can play near 20 and 10, I really feel that they could do something this year in the playoffs in advance.
The key for him is to get some rebounds. I get last time was tough against the Cavs. He only had
20 and 10. Yeah.
He's only averaging 5 boards a game. I think it's easier for him to get to that 20 points than it is for him to get to that 10 boards. That's the area he needs to focus on for me. But I hear you. What if he can be getting you 20 and 10 and you've got Ja Morant playing the way Ja Morant's playing and you've got Desmond Bane, who might be one of the biggest steals of the draft.
Dylan Brooks,
Dylan Brooks in health and safety protocols when he comes back. They just need to add that 5th piece when Steven Adams comes off the books. Boy.
I like Steven Adams. I like Steven Adams.
I like Steven Adams. I like Steven Adams a lot, but I feel like that 25 mil that he's making, that could be better allocated. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's given 25 mil of production, is what I'm saying. So I think the Grizzlies can be scary. What I do like about your all-star team, though, is you also, like me, included Draymond Green, which I don't see a lot of people doing because he doesn't have the flashy style of play. He's not hitting those step-back threes and throwing down those massive dunks. He's doing the little things. He's making great plays for his teammates. He's directing traffic on defense, anchoring the best defense in the league. He's finding his teammates for easy looks on the offensive side of things. And I said this to you yesterday. You think Draymond Green looks good on the Warriors? Imagine how good he's going to look on the all-star team with all-stars around him that just make the game easier and open it up. So I'm happy. Why did you put Draymond in your team?
Well, Mo, I have an appreciation for winning and winning basketball. If you respect winning, you have to respect what Draymond Green brings night in and night out. You're exactly right, Mo. He doesn't have the fancy step back. He doesn't put up massive offensive numbers. He doesn't have a post game. Okay, and all that may be true, but he gives you maximum effort and energy for 48 minutes. He gives superior leadership, but more importantly, Mo, he does things that you just can't teach, right? You can't teach people to defend multiple positions like him. You can't teach people to direct and anchor your defense, right? We talk about it. You encourage people to do that. Draymond takes on the challenge of Chris Paul one-on-one. Then he'll go out and guard Kevin Durant one-on-one. Then he'll guard LeBron James one-on-one.
I see him trying to take on Embiid.
Embiid one-on-one. He's everywhere. And Mo, the biggest thing, the biggest factor is why he made my team is because you could see his impact on winning.
Mm-hmm.
You could see his impact on winning. What he does and provides for that team and that group, you know, the numbers don't really show it. He may have 0 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds, but all of the little things, the help, the recovers, the switching out, making sure everyone gets in.
Even how vocal he is on defense and making sure his teammates are in the right position. Because it's easy for young players, especially with these role players on the Warriors, to maybe make a mistake and not be in the right position, maybe not be helping from the right area. But when you have Draymond on the court, or even when he's on the bench, you can hear him screaming at his teammates. Like he's basically like having a coach on the court. It's like having a Rondo type player. It's having another coach playing the game for you.
It's very unique for you to have the following. Normally, when you think of, you know, point guards, you would say, you know, when you smaller guys, the Chris Pauls, the Kyrie Irvings, the smaller players. Draymond Green is a human organizer. He organizes you from the defensive side.
Yep.
And I have the utmost respect because he now has kind of finagled his way into a category that you didn't think was possible for a player like him when he came out of Michigan State, is he can actually have an effect on the game without scoring. You know, I've seen Magic Johnson do that. I've seen Jason Kidd do that. I've seen Dennis Rodman do that. I've seen Ben Wallace do that. You know, you've seen a few players do that. You know, Scottie Pippen. Draymond Green now is able to affect a game without scoring. It's very hard and very difficult to do. So, you know, you give him credit, and that's why that's why I think he should be an all-star starter this year. He's really done a nice job, and he's been very, very consistent from the beginning of the season until now.
Of course, you know, the Western Conference is packed with talent. You got to give some love to Chris Paul, of course. I've heard some people shout for DeAndre Ayton, but Donovan Mitchell is definitely deserving of an all-star spot. As much as you want to make jokes, a lot of people are saying Rudy Gobert right now. Paul George before his injury.